Ma'am, division.
Yes. And if you want to convert from binary number to decimal number, which method you are using?
Ma'am, multiplication.
Yes. So you all understood how to convert decimal? Okay. So you all understood how to convert decimal number to binary and how to convert binary number to decimal? Any doubt in that? Okay. So today let's start your next part of your chapter, that is classification of your computer software. There are two types of this computer system. One is system software and one more is application software. So these two softwares we'll see one by one. First we'll see what do you mean by system software. As you know already, machine understand in the form of binary number, that is 0 and 1. Okay, so this system software, it consists of the operating system and all the utilities that enable the computer to function. It means what? In system software, we are using there are having three categories, that is operating system, language processor and utility software. So with the help of these three categories, how the system is working, we are going to see. So as you all know how the computer is working, in which all of the three process the system is working. In last year you already learned how the computer is working. Can you tell me how the machine is working, which all of the process to work the machine? Yes, system will work in three process, that is input, process and output. If I'll give you the input to a computer, it will where it will process, where it will store the data. Yes, it will process, it will store the data in the CPU, that is central processing unit, and finally it will means give the output for that, that is your output process. So machine will work in three process, that is input, process and output. So in system software you have three categories, that is your operating system, language processor and utility software. So here what do you mean by this operating system now? An operating system is software which manage computer hardware and software resources. It also provides common services to a computer program. It means what now? Okay. So this operating system, it is your interface between the user and the hardware. Suppose one side you're sitting and you're working on computer. Okay. So it is the interface between you and computer. So the user and means computer, in between the interface is nothing but your operating system. You're just working on computer and computer is doing that work, but in between whatever the interface is going on, whatever the things are going on, that who will see? That will see by the operating system. Suppose if I'll give you an example, a driver is there and car is there. So driver is driving the car. Okay, so if he knows the location where he want to go, then he can go easily. So there is a driver and car, these are the two persons. Okay, so these are the two things, and in between the location is there where he want to go, that is nothing but interface. So the car and the driver, in between the location is there where he want to go. If he know the location, then and how to go, then only he can reach that place. But if he don't know the location where he want to go, then he will go somewhere else. So that is nothing but location is very important over there. So that is like that same thing, the operating system is important in our computer system. When the user is working on computer, in between the work is this operating system will do the work. So this operating system, it is the interface between the computer and the user. So you understood about the operating system, what do you mean by this?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt you have in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so here there are some of the operating system, like Linux operating system we have. You all just mute yourself, don't disturb in the class, or else I'll remove directly from the class. I'll mute and I'll remove. As you can see here in the picture, there are some of the operating system. It is Linux operating system. We can use Windows operating system. Mac OS is there. Red Hat, some Cobalt, Solaris, and FreeBSD. That is these are some of the operating system we are going to use. So these operating system, it works as interface between the user and the computer. Understood about the operating system? Yes? Okay. So next is second type of your system software is language translator. As you know, the computer language, which all are the types of computer languages? Okay. In low level language, as you know, assembly level language is there. In assembly level language, machine doesn't understand the assembly level language. So to convert assembly level language to machine level language, which translator we are using? Assembler. So that is nothing but your language translator. So the software program that does this task of translation, it means what? Machine understand in the form of binary numbers, that is 0 and 1. So to translate that from different language to machine level language, it will does the work, and that process is called as language processor or language translator. Language translator will translate the different languages in machine level language. Why it will translate the different language in machine level language?
Because computer does not understand.
Yes, because computer understand only the machine level language, which is in the form of binary number, that is 0 and 1. As you can see here, language translators is a program that translates a set of instructions code to machine level language. It means what? We are using this language translator to translate the different level language in the form of machine level language. That is called as language translator. In this, there are three types of language, as you know. Two types of, that is low level and high level language. As you already know, low level language is machine understanding, but as you can see here, this high level language is not understandable by machine, so it will use the translator to convert that high level language to machine code, which is in the form of 0 and 1. So this high level language, it will pass to translator. This translator will translate that high level language to machine level language. So this is the diagram of your how language translator will work. So you understood this flowchart?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. For okay. Okay. As you know, low level language is understandable by machine because low level language is in the form of binary number, which is in the form of 0 and 1. As you see in the in this flow chart, this is high level language. As you know, high level language, which is in the form of coding language, that is nothing but C, C++, Java, Python. These all are your high level languages. So this high level language, it will pass to this translator. This translator will convert that high level language to machine level language. So finally this translator will convert the high level language into machine level language. So to convert high level language to machine level language, which translator we are using?
Language translator.
I in the previous class I told the language translator is used to convert high level language to machine level language. What is the name of that?
Interpreters.
Yes, very good. That is, we are using interpreter to convert high level language to machine level language. Yes? Any doubt you have, students?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. So as you okay. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, in high level language, before we are translating which language it has been written.
It has not written anything. There are two types of language. We are writing in two types. One is we are writing in low level and one more is high level language. Okay. So whatever the things we are writing in low level language, that is already in the form of 0 and 1, that is in the form of binary numbers. So no need to convert the low level language to machine level language once again, because low level language is understandable by machine because already it is in the form of binary numbers. But here this high level language, it is in the form of coding language which a machine doesn't understand. So we need to convert this high level language to machine level language. So for that we are using the translator called as interpreter. Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Bef- Before, okay, okay, stop it. So before this high level language, this is one of the language which we are writing. Before this, none of the language is written. Okay, understood now? The programs like C, okay, the programs like Java, C++, Python, these are written in the form of this high level language. Okay, these are the high level language over there. So you understood the language translator?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So last one question. Uh, Amul Gaudar is present there? Amul Gaudar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me why the language translator is used?
What, ma'am?
Why language translator is used?
Can I tell? Can I tell? Can I tell?
Amul, you know? Just wait a minute.
Ma'am, ma'am, I didn't. Ma'am, I didn't attend the class today.
It means what? You're not present there. What you're doing backside? You're playing games or you're watching movie backside?
No, ma'am.
Then
Netflix.
physically you're present here.
Yes, ma'am.
Then why you're not giving answer?
Ma'am, now I joined the classes.
Okay, fine, no problem. Who will tell the answer?
Ma'am, I just.
Okay. Okay, Rohit, tell.
Because computer do not understand the high level language.
Okay, so language translator is used to translate the different language to machine level language. So in this high level language is not understandable by machine, so it converts into machine code and we are going to use the translator called interpreter. Next, we will see the third type of system software is utility software. So what do you mean by this utility software? This utility software, it is designed to perform maintenance work on a computer system. It means what now? Suppose if you want to clean our system, if you want to means uh, storage is full, and if you want to clean that, then you're going to use some of the software, that is utility software. Sometimes your mobile storage is full, and which software you're using to clean that? You're using the cleaner as a software. Yes, you're using. Yes, very good. Okay, you are using cleaner for that. So like that same thing, if there is a more storage in a software, you are using some of the utility software to clean that system. And if there is any, yes, where you, and if there is any virus over there, then you are using some of the antivirus software like your AVG, Weak Health, Notron and all. So if you want to clean that by using the different software, is called utility software. We can remove the virus with the help of that antivirus software. That is nothing but your utility software. Understood about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt in types of system software?
No. No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Next, what you can see in the picture?
No, ma'am. Application software.
Yes. So just now we saw system software. So now we will see application software. What do you mean by the software as I told you? What do you mean by software?
Application software. Software is a collection of processes. programs.
Yes, it is the collection of programs which are executing on the computer. So now this application software includes programs that do real work for user. It means what? In this application software also, there are having some of the softwares, by using some of the softwares which they can do our work. Okay, which really they are doing the work for the user. So we will see some of the application software. Okay, so there are two types of this application software. One is your general purpose and one more is specific purpose. So for what purpose? General purpose, there are having some of the types that we will see, and some of the specific purpose we will see one by one. As you can see in the picture, word processing software. As you know, you are creating the document. Suppose if I'll tell you to write a letter and you have to write in computer, then which system, which software you are using for that?
Email.
Okay, yeah, I'm asking.
Microsoft Word.
Yes, you are using the Microsoft Word to create the document which is in the form of letter. Then you are changing the font size, you are changing the color for that. Then if you want to use the design for that, you are changing the design. If you want to give the border, you are changing the border and everything. So that you are doing in the Microsoft Word. So like that same thing, if you want to create the document, you can use these different softwares. Like you can use the OpenOffice software, you can use the Word software, WordPad, you can use the Writer software, Word Perfect software. So these all are the different softwares. With the help of that you can create the document. So these softwares, it is used to create the document. So as I told you, what do you mean by the application software? That is, application software is nothing but which is used for the user which really wants to do the work. So for that purpose we are using the application software, such as word processing software. If you want to create the document, then you are going to use this word processing document software. Understood about the word processing software? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
next is spreadsheet software.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you mean by spreadsheet?
Ma'am, Excel.
Yes, it is nothing but your Excel. The data which is in the form of rows and columns. It is like a table. If you want to create the table which is in the form of rows and columns, you can create the table in Excel sheet. So which software you are using till now?
Ma'am, Microsoft Excel.
Yes, you are using the.
Ma'am, Microsoft Excel.
Okay, if you want to create.
Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel, ma'am, 2013.
Okay, fine. So you are using Microsoft Excel, either it is 2010, 2009 or 2013. That is to create the table, and if you want to create the information which is in the form of rows and columns, you are using this spreadsheet. So there are also, Excel is one of the software for spreadsheet. There is in Microsoft PowerPoint, OpenOffice software also we are going to use this spreadsheet, and Lotus also one more software which are going to create the documents which is in the form of rows and columns. So this is nothing but your spreadsheet software. So you all understood about this spreadsheet software?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next comes your DBMS. DBMS long form is Database Management System. If you want to manage the data in organized way, that is in proper order, then you are going to use this DBMS software. Okay. Suppose if you have the large amount of data, if you have large amount of data and if you want to store in Word or in Excel, then you can't store that Word and in Excel, because it is having the large amount of data. So for that purpose we are using this DBMS software, which is for the purpose of storing purpose, and in this whatever the data is there, we can store that in proper order. That is DBMS. So yes, any doubt?
You will do notes of the lesson, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, you will give the question and answers of the lesson that we should write down.
I'll not give the question and answers. You have to write yourself. And when to write, I'll tell you. After completion of your chapter, you have to write. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so here,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. So this is your DBMS software. DBMS, it is used to store the data in the that is this is used to store our data. That is one of the system we are going to use. And to store the data, we are using the different softwares like your Oracle, MySQL, OpenOffice. And in big companies, they are using this Oracle and MySQL more. So we, as you learn Microsoft Access, this also used for the purpose of database system to store the data in the form of tables. If you want to store the data in the form of like a Word. Okay, so that is nothing but your DBMS system, the data which is organized in proper order. Understood about the DBMS?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, can you repeat again?
Okay. So DBMS stands for what? Database Management System. What do you mean by this database? Database is nothing but organized collection of data. Organized collection of data in the sense what? Yes?
Ma'am, it storage the data, ma'am.
Yes, it will store the data which is in the form of tables. Okay, I'll tell you here. Suppose your class, in class 6, there are 3 sections. Say, that is 6A, 6B and 6C. Okay, suppose if I'll tell you to create the information of your class, full class, that is 6 standard students, you will create the 3 tables, that is 6A1, 6B and 6C. In 6A, which all are the informations you will write? You will write name, you will write roll number, you will write the subject, and how many marks he got, and which all are the exams in school they took. Okay, so you'll write everything in that table. So that table data, where you are storing, to store the data we need one software. So for that purpose we are using this DBMS. And it will not only store the data, whatever the data we are storing, it will manage that, it will manage properly. So we are using the DBMS software. So in this, we are using the different software like Oracle, we are using SQL Server, we are using MySQL, Microsoft Access, one more, that is OpenOffice is there. Okay, so in big companies, if they want to keep the information, they are using the MySQL and Oracle. Understood now what is the use of this DBMS?
Yes, ma'am.
Any
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
any doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so next we will see desktop publishing software. So here, what do you mean by this desktop publishing software? In this, we are using the Adobe Reader and we are using the QuarkPress. So for what purpose we are using this desktop publishing software? Because in this software, we are designing the books. If you want to design the books, okay, if you want to design the journals, as you know already, after creating the means, after writing the papers, we are taking the photos, and that photos we are making the PDF of that. So it is like a book only. So if you want to create the bigger number of pages, and if you want to create the PDF of that time we are using this different software, that is desktop publishing software. Understood about this?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood, or any doubt you have?
No, ma'am. We don't have doubt.
Okay.
No, ma'am. Please repeat again.
Okay. So this is desktop publishing software. Okay. This is one of the your system software, and it is used for the purpose of designing books, journals, brochures, newspapers. Suppose whatever the information is coming in the book, okay, there's PDF copy, as you know, the book PDF copy, soft copy you are getting before getting the hard copy, you are getting the PDF for that in your Chrome. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so whatever that textbook in PDF it is creating, that is with the help of this different software, that is desktop publishing software. Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, any doubt?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Next is what?
Ma'am, don't do that.
Okay. Next is what? Graphics, multimedia and presentation software. So what do you mean by this graphics, multimedia and presentation software?
Work with images.
Yes, this graphics multi. Okay. This graphics multimedia, it is used to work with images. What is the meaning of this now? In this, we are using the Adobe software. As you are means capturing the image in your mobile. After that, you are editing that image. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So which
Yes, ma'am.
so which all other applications are using to edit that image in mobile?
Photoshop. KineMaster.
Yes, you are using.
And Photoshop.
Yes, you are using KineMaster, Photoshop to edit your image. So same like that in computer also, if you want to edit the image, if you want to change, if you want to give a proper design for that image, then we are using the different software. So one of the software we are using here is Adobe Photoshop. This is your Adobe Photoshop software. We are using this to edit the images, whatever the image we captured. That is called graphics multimedia. Yes.
Adobe Photoshop, where we can use only laptop.
We can use the Photoshop in your mobile also. Photoshop application is there. And again, this Adobe Photoshop we can use in laptop or computer also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. This Adobe Photoshop we can use in laptop and computer, and in mobile we can use the Photoshop application. Understood?
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you understood about graphics multimedia. What is the use of this graphics multimedia? What you are doing?
Ma'am, to edit pictures.
Yes.
Ma'am, to edit pictures.
Yes, to work with image, to edit that image, and if you want to do the design for that image, we are using this graphics multimedia. Now come presentation software. So what is the use of presentation software as you learn in 6th standard? Why were you using presentation software? Presentation means what?
Presentation.
Yes, to present something, to create a PPT. As you know, PowerPoint presentation, you are creating the different slides, you are adding the images in that. Yes, suppose if I'll give you one topic as a computer, then you are creating the slides. Where you are creating the slides?
PowerPoint.
Yes, you are creating the slides in Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, that is nothing but your presentation software. This presentation software you can use in mobile also and as well as in computer also. Understood about this graphics multimedia and presentation software?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt you have? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So next is specific purpose application software. This specific purpose application software, it is used in accounting management software, reservation system, human resource management system, like that. It means what now? What is the meaning of this specific purpose application software? Okay. So as you saw while doing the reservation, that is bus reservation, railway reservation, that time the system is going to use that is specific purpose application software. The computers where we are using for the purpose of reservation to do the reservations, if you want to work with accounting, that is in the banking, and if you want any other resources working, that is the purpose of human, then that system we are using, that is called specific purpose application software. Understood about this now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So you all understood which all are the classifications of computer software?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So next is what? Your last part of this chapter, that is open source initiative. It is organization dedicated to promote the open source software. It means what now? These softwares are open source, but sometimes the softwares which they are created for the open source, that is sometimes they will give free and sometimes it is not free. So these softwares we have to give the money and we have to purchase that softwares. as you know, whenever you are downloading some of the softwares, that time it will ask, some of the softwares are there for free and some of the softwares are there which we have to pay. So that is some of the softwares it is having the open source, like the some of the softwares are like Ubuntu, Android, OpenOffice, Mozilla Firefox, Audacity, GIMP, VLC. So in this, for what purpose we are going to use this Ubuntu software? As
Operating system we can store in the apps also.
as this is one of the your Ubuntu is one of the operating system which is the interface between the user and the computer. Next comes your Android. As you're using the Android phone, so this Android it is used for the operating that is in the smartphones and tablets. Next, it is OpenOffice. So this OpenOffice is same as how you are working in Word, means Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint. So in OpenOffice softwares, all together it is present. It is in OpenOffice spreadsheet is also there, Microsoft Word is also there. Then again the different softwares are present in this OpenOffice. So all together it is there in OpenOffice. So in OpenOffice we can create the document also. We can create the document in the form of tables, how we are doing in spreadsheet. Like that we can do, and we can create the slides also. These all presentations are present in the OpenOffice. Next comes Mozilla Firefox. In Mozilla Firefox, this is one of the search operator. Yes, where you are searching the info. Yes, it is nothing but one of the search operator where we are searching the different information. Understood about this Mozilla Firefox? Okay. Next comes Audacity. Can anyone knows what is the use of this Audacity? Yes, anyone knows what is the use of this Audacity? Yes, Audacity is used to create your audio. If you want to create your own audio, then for that purpose you are going to use the Audacity. By the name itself, it will tell it is used to create the audio. If you want to create your own sound, if you want to create your own audio, we are going to use this Audacity software. Next comes GIMP software. GIMP software is nothing but in this also, like how in Photoshop we are creating the image, we are editing the image, we are changing the design and all, like that same thing we can do in GIMP software. Next comes VLC. As you know, VLC is used to play the video which you created. Yes? Yes, if you want to play the video, then you are playing the video with the help of this VLC player. So you understood this all open source initiative. Yes?
And what is GIMP?
Yes, it is GIMP software. It is GIMP software. In that we are doing the means editing the picture, we are changing the size. If you want to give the design in that, then we are giving everything in GIMP software. It is like a Photoshop only.
No, VLC.
Okay.
VLC is the app where we can see movies and videos. Yes, ma'am. Movies and videos.
Yes? Yes?
It's a video player.
VLC it is used for to play the video which you already created.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubt you have?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so this VLC it is video that is video client. Okay, it is video LAN client. It is used for the purpose to means whatever the video we are created, if you want to play that video, then we are using this VLC player. In computer we are using this VLC as a software, but in mobile directly video is there, so we can go there and if we click, then that video will get on. But in computer we are going to use this VLC player to play that video. Understood now? Any doubt till this? Okay, so in the next class we'll see your next chapter of this